EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mills now. Being chased out left. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 12, Mills. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Thomas brings it in. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Mills. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So he's seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Mills to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
Set, ready, 50, green. 49, 560.
Now Lance. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing now is Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And Lance now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Boswell's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Mills. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's Smith to return it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right there. 54, right there.
On play action, Lance. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
Ready.
And Lance going to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. 2 seconds to go, 1st quarter. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st. To throw, it's Lance. They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Boswell's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw is Mills. And Thomas has it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Now a give here to Pollard. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Lance steps away to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From midfield, here's Lance. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And they'll go for it. Lance completes it to Samuel. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lance. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Lance. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Mills. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The Broncos 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Mills. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Mills. His throw incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mills. Dancing to his left. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mills. Flushed out right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. And boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Mills throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Throwing again on second down. Lance connecting with Kupp here on the out route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Here's Pollard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the 41, Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Check, 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 check.
And here's Jones again on second down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. From the gun on third down, Mills. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Mills on first down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 10 more there and another first down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. First down, Mills. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deebo Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Bass on for the extra point. And this will be good. Off the right, upright, but he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1 and 1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brand, that's just not right. You throw it over the middle into all that coverage, and the tip ball goes your way.
Dangerous, but hey, I guess the outcome worked, right?
Oh, boy, did it ever. And, boy, that's the type of play that can give a team a lot of momentum.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He gets it complete to Jackson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Mills to throw for it on 4th. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
A 2nd down throw from Mills. He'll complete this one to Watson. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Mills now. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On 2nd and goal, Mills. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Mills looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Meanwhile, Lance's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. Open man, this is Lewis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. Again, it's Lance. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On second and a long way to go. Lance. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Desperation time here. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
A first down throw for Mills. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
There's less than 10 players still active from the 2008 NFL Draft, and here's one of them picking up the first down. Deshaun Jackson still got plenty of that speed. They had him 36 all-time in receiving prior to this season. There may not be a lot of playing time left for him, but every time he's out on the field, his presence will be felt.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. 11 yards there, just like last play. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Mills looking to throw it. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Mills. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, Lance. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one. A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
And Lance now to throw. Got his target, Samuel. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Broncos, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game.